Guys, back for this Wednesday slate. Ended up being a good night last night. Scored a 318. Had to make a bunch of changes later in the day, especially once the overpay news came out, but it all worked out. Ended up fading a very chalky Michael Beasley, which worked out great, and ended up fading Rashawn Holmes too later in the day once Nerlens Noel was announced starting. Thought he was a better value. So it was a good night. Scored a 318. Tim Frazier was a low-owned play that went 10x for us. So on to today. Exactly 1 year ago is when I had my best day ever for NBA. If you guys are still watching from 1 year ago, I appreciate you. So I wanted to let you guys know that we still have some special deals going on the website. So baseball package, I've even added something better to it. So if we don't have at least a 60% win rate in the double ups, single entry double ups, and the main ones, then I will be refunding everybody that buys the season long package. We still have spots left for the first 50 people to get it on sale. So that's definitely the best deal out there. No other provider is going to put a guarantee on the win rate and have it that cheap. So that's what we got for baseball. And basketball is also cut to $50 for the rest of the year. So two nice deals going on. You can take advantage of it if you want. The website is dfsprocess.net. Also links in the description. So let's get on to this 8-game slate. We have a few good games. The main game I'm interested in is the late night hammer with Atlanta, Sacramento. Although these teams haven't been the two fastest paced teams in the league over the past month, if you still look at the entire season numbers, they are still number 1 and number 2 in pace. Both teams play a lot of guys, but in this matchup, I think it's going to be fine because the total could easily be 130, 135. The Kings put up 146 in regulation against the Hawks earlier this year. And the Hawks have been scoring a lot of points lately, and they've been playing good. So I just love a full game stack of this game. Some of the other teams that I like are the Pelicans, but they're on a back-to-back, and we'll see how about their injuries. So you got to wait off on them before I recommend plays. And no other game really jumps off, so I'm just going to be stacking up the Sacramento game. First up, we got is De'Aaron Fox at 7,700. So Fox has been looking better the past couple games after he was struggling with the shot for a few games prior to that. This is just a great matchup for him, an explosive matchup. He had his first ever triple-double against this Atlanta Hawks team earlier this year where he went for 72 DraftKings points. It's just such a great matchup against the Hawks. They are literally the worst defensive team in the league for DraftKings points. They play at the fastest pace, and they cannot slow down anybody. Fox has a very exploitable matchup against Trae Young, who is not a good defender at all. Fox should be able to bully him and do whatever he wants. So I love De'Aaron Fox. He's also been great racking up steals. And the Hawks do turn the ball over a lot, so I definitely love De'Aaron Fox here. I like Buddy Hield as well at 7,200. So finally, Dave Yecker is going back to playing Buddy Hield a ton of minutes, 36 and 38 his last couple. Buddy Hield deserves to be on the court. He's their best shooter. He is shooting a ridiculous over 45% from 3, I believe, this year. Yeah, 45% from 3. At home, he's been pretty good too. It's just a great spot. He's coming off a 50-point game against this Hawks team earlier this year. It's just a great spot. Although the prices have risen, it's just due to the matchup. I'm not going to let that scare me. Definitely like Buddy Hield at just 7,200. We got a very cheap Bogey at only 5,500 for this matchup. He comes off the bench, but it's good that he comes off the bench. Doesn't take usage away from Fox and Hield. He's going to see around 30 minutes off the bench. And in those 30 minutes, he can do a lot. He's a great passer. He can rack up assists. When he's aggressive, he can get rebounds. He's a good scorer. He can rack up a couple steals as well, and especially in this matchup. A lot to like with Bogdanovich here at only 5,500. Could be one of the better value plays on the slate. He's also been a lot better at home. He's struggling with the shot, especially he's only made one out of his last 12 three-pointers, or 2 out of his last 16. So he's definitely been struggling with the 3-ball. But all 3 of these games were on the road. Memphis and Toronto are very good defenses. Back at home, a couple days off. I think it's going to suit Bogey well, and he's going to come out firing today. We got John Collins at just 7,900. Love John Collins here. His price tag is down to under 8,000. He's been great this year, but he hasn't had big games lately. He just hasn't been getting a ton of rebounds. Only has had 6 rebounds in his past 2 games. This guy is a double-double machine, though. I'm not going to let that scare me off of him. He's also gotten a little bit of foul trouble too, but in close games, he should see 32, 34 minutes. Can smash at the salary. Also hasn't been blocking shots as much than he was last year, but we'll see if that comes with time. it's just a good spot for him at under 8,000. John Collins, great play today. On the other side, Trae Young has been lighting it up lately. Back-to-back 40-plus point games, 43-plus point games, shooting over 50% in the last couple games. He's really starting to come together after struggling for the first 2 months of the year. He's still shooting under 30% from three, but that number has been on the rise for the past couple months. And he's been racking up assists. He's going to be chucking. He loves to shoot. And he's going to see 30-plus minutes in a great matchup, in a fast-paced matchup here against the Kings. So the amount of points the Hawks score, there's a plenty to go around, even though they play a lot of guys. It's a great spot for Trae Young. And finally, I like Dwayne Dedmon a bit. He's only 5,600. He has a ton of upside, especially in that block and steal department. The Kings do have some problems with turnovers at times. Dwayne Dedmon is a great defensive player with steals and blocks. He can also get a double-double quietly. At only 5,600, he has a big upside, and I just like the spot for him. Should match up pretty well against Willie Cauley-Stein too. So I like Dwayne Dedmon. So that does it for the video. Just going to be stacking up this game. 3 Hawks, 3 Kings to start. So that's what I like. If you want to join us for this slate or for baseball, you can visit the website. Thanks for watching and good luck.